How do you catch an emu on the loose? This story coming in now, once again, for our worldwide audience. We on YouTube, we have people that watch us not just here in the U.S., but the U.K., Canada, and other nations around the world. The Phoenix metro area, 5 million people. We have these beautiful communities north and south of us. In this particular case, we're talking about the community of Cottonwood. Now, it's in the area that we call the Verde Valley, which is, maybe about an hour and a half's drive or so north of Phoenix, and generally pretty quiet community. We don't have a lot of news coming out of there, but boy, do we have a story today. And so I'm just going to roll the video here and introduce to you Officer Kellen Burns with the Cottonwood Police Department standing by. This is the first time you've been on our streaming show, Officer Burns. I don't know if you ever thought, hey, I'll get on there when we finally have an emu incident.
It hadn't been a thought in my mind at this point.
Yeah, I bet so. Okay, walk us through the chronology of all of this. How did you guys first learn that there was an emu on the loose, and then what steps do you take?
We got a call from our dispatch that there was an emu walking through the parking lot of Walmart trying to attack people. So our animal control officer was dispatched over that way, and the rest of us guys on patrol went out to try and assist. Tried to locate the bird and kept getting calls that it was running down the roadway, and finally caught up with it on State Route 89A.
Okay, so what I like to do is we have a lot of folks who watch us right here in Phoenix. They're going to be familiar with the Verde Valley. But for everybody else in the rest of the country and around the globe that watches Fox 10 Talks now, that's more than just a block or two to get you all the way out to the main highway, yes?
It is. The emu had probably run about a mile before we finally caught up with it.
Wow. Okay. And so I know right where that Walmart is, basically would have headed out toward the highway and then headed I'm trying to visualize here. It would have either been kind of northerly or maybe further to the south on the direction down toward the freeway. Give us sort of the lay of the land.
Yeah, State Route 260 branches off of Interstate 17 heading north into Cottonwood. That is the road that our Walmart is located on. So it ran out of the parking lot onto State Route 260 and headed north towards State Route 89A, which is where we caught up with it as it was headed out 89A towards Sedona.
All right. So I'm going to roll the video for folks at home here. Tell us who the two people are in this video that we see.
So the one that is actually holding down Frank, the emu, is Autumn Durnez. She's one of our animal control officers, and she is amazing. And then Officer Smith, who does not look like he's doing anything. I promise he has a job there. He's standing on the net, making sure that it can't get pulled away from Autumn as she's trying to keep the emu held.
Okay, so we also have the sound, and I'm gonna roll it here. Tell us though a little bit more about Officer Durness and what sort of how she specializes in this and how she was the perfect person to try to resolve this whole thing.
Autumn pretty much specializes in anything that's animal related. I don't know if emus are part of her particular forte normally,
okay,
but she has a really good mind for it and is our go-to person whenever it comes to anything animal related.
So is that
with her, and between her and I spent some time as a deputy in Central Texas with exotic ranches with animals that would get off and have had to catch an emu before. So
you've been in a situation like this. Okay. Yeah. Tell us about your incidents.
Very similar things. When they would get off of the ranches down there, same as when this one got out here. Normally we were notified by people in the area that there was one loose, and they are dangerous birds. They can injure and hurt people. So we needed to get out there and make sure that it was gotten out of the public area where it couldn't hurt anybody else, and in a safe manner so that it couldn't hurt.
I think right.
Itself.
I think right now would be the perfect time to play it with the sound. This clip that we're going to now share with our audience runs about 20 seconds or so. You'll get a chance to see it. And by the way, please pay attention to what she does in terms of how she's trying to keep the animal calm at the same time. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you. Listen as this unfolds, and then we'll get back to our interview with Officer Burns. Here we go.
Friend, calm down. Calm down. I know. You are strong. You are strong. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I don't want to put all my weight on you. I don't want to hurt you. Especially with your beak cut right there. Calm down.
Okay, so there you go. You get a chance to hear her saying, I don't want to hurt you. I mean, you don't know how much of the input this frightened emu is dealing with, in terms of does it make a difference or not. But, I mean, it all ended pretty successfully. So what was the actual operation? They had the net with the handle. How did they... I mean, we get the video that we get. How did they actually approach and first kind of corral the emu before they then tried to get it calmed down and get it transported?
So if you look in the video just to the right of Autumn, if you look past her, there is a fence back there that was a U-shaped fence, a dead end. And I don't know if you all know this, but emus cannot go backwards. They can only go forwards. Their legs don't work the opposite direction. So if you can get them pinned into an area, you have a much better and more successful chance of getting a hold of them. So our plan at that point was just to get it corralled somewhere where it was in the corner so that we could safely get it with the net. And that's exactly what happened. It was brought out to the driveway area there so that we could then get it loaded into a trailer.
Okay, now Syleste joins. I know she's got a bunch of questions as well. Let me just get one more in here, Syleste, and then you can jump in and chat with Officer Burns. But just in terms of where the animal came from and where it went to, I mean, we see the middle part of the story. Where'd it come from? Where'd you take it afterwards?
So it came from Quail Run Road, which is about 20 miles from where it actually got caught here by us. The owner was called. He was actually on scene. That's why I'm not in the video there, as I was giving him a ride back to his vehicle after we had caught it so that we could get the emu loaded. It was taken back to its property, and we've talked to him since. Frank is doing just fine there.
So, well, kudos to you guys. First of all, you guys did a great job. I think, being able to corral it. It's pretty fast animal. I was doing a little research. A fast runner can reach speeds up to about 31 miles per hour. When you were approaching the animal, we see that you were using a net. At this point in the video, do you have to sedate it or anything like that to, get it back to its owner?
No, not at all. So we didn't have to sedate or tranquilize the emu at all. We were able to safely get it back out of the net and into a trailer, and he was able to ride just like you would with any horse or goat back to his property.
When you traced the whole actions of the day, by the way, this was the 28th, so this is just 2 days ago.
Yes, sir.
Were you at all surprised, particularly given your history of emu interactions, I guess we could say, in Texas? Were you surprised that it had made it 20 miles from home to Walmart?
I definitely was. So I actually used to carry a pillowcase in my patrol car in Texas because if you can get their eyes covered, it calms them down substantially.
Oh, wow.
So after the video that you're watching now, we actually did get a piece of fabric. It was a traffic vest over Frank's head and calm him down a little bit with that. But I took it out of my car when I got to Arizona thinking I wasn't going to need it again.
Of course.
Now you're thinking I should have kept that thing in my car.
And then you met Frank.
It's back in there now.
Yeah.
What are some of the weirdest calls? Where does this rank in any of the odd calls you've ever received as an officer?
This is pretty high up there. I think emu attacking people in the parking lot of a Walmart in central Arizona is pretty high on the weird calls list.
Yeah, and when it comes to the Walmart, you would have mentioned it, I imagine. Was anybody hurt, or did they try to
Nobody
stay
was
away
injured.
from it? Was it like was it calls to 911, or was it a Walmart employee who said, "Hey, we got a couple of people kind of worried about it"? What was the front end of the story?
I don't know if it was a Walmart employee or the person that was being chased by the emu in the parking lot that called initially, or somebody that witnessed it. I do know that nobody was injured at the Walmart, and it left the area shortly after it did go towards that person.
You
As
know-
I said, it was
As far as you know, was it attempting to make an entrance to the pet food section?
Oh yeah, I was hungry.
I couldn't blame it if it was, but nobody told me if it did.
I wonder, so were you all able, or have you seen any videos of people, or I wonder, the surveillance footage, right, at the Walmart, probably it's able to get video of that thing kind of running up.
Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah.
No, I haven't been able to look at it myself. I might go over there today and just see if they have it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, one of the things that we just love in our interactions with the various police forces here in the Valley and around the state is the good-natured ribbing. What were some of the comments that you might have heard afterwards after an unusual day on the job?
Well, emu rodeo got thrown out a few times.
Sure.
My goodness, it's
Oh, this
so
is great.
What's it like up there? This is kind of off of the whole idea of this, the emu capture, but what's it like up in Cottonwood? For folks who've never been up there, what drew you to Cottonwood?
I have family in the area and was trying to get all of my family back together again after I spent my time in Texas. And when I spoke with the agency out here looking to come from Texas, they were definitely the winner in my book. So I'm glad that I got hired by them.
Oh, well, welcome to Arizona. We're
go.
glad everything's working out.
That is like the perfect answer to
Absolutely.
that one. Okay, Officer Kellen Burns, we appreciate your time and your good nature in spending about 10 minutes with us talking about a story that we won't forget, and I'm sure you won't either.